The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
And welcome to the Writer's Block Podcast. I'm Mandra Biscornet, and I believe everyone has a story to tell. What's yours?
Deborah Monk, empowering you to find your creative voice.
And Shelley Devlin, inspiring you to find your why. Well, happy New
Year
Eve, ladies.
Oh, Jonathan loves that.
That was loud.
Can we do it a little louder?
No.
Right in his ear.
We're going to blow the volume. Apparently his coaching hasn't worked. That was his New Year's resolution. Last year, he was going to coach us on the abrupt voice volume.
I have to say, I look at the waveforms weekly when we post
we are
the
better.
podcast, and it's exponentially better. I think I got a win in that column.
Oh,
I think so, too. We're good, and he gets a win.
That's probably the only resolution that I accomplished was taking Jonathan's training advice.
Well, we had to sit. We sat down. We had breakfast that morning. We had a real serious talk.
We did.
Oh, right.
And we listened. And that breakfast, oh my gosh, the breakfast was amazing. The breakfast was amazing.
The breakfast was pretty good.
So that'll be tomorrow morning as well? That'll be New Year's Day breakfast? You'll be cooking for us?
Yeah, I promise.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Promise.
You'll be there. We'll all be there.
Yeah. We are right on the edge of 2020, ladies. Seriously. I know. And 2019 was quite a ride.
Quite a ride.
So we're going to look back at our last year's resolutions and then look ahead to what 2020 is going to bring.
Let's let Shelley go first.
Yeah.
Because she's antsing at the bit over here.
She's very sparkly today, too.
Worldwide.
If you can't see her, she's all sequins.
Well, I mean, what else do you wear on New Year's?
Well, I don't know that I'd wear that. But
Really?
Really?
Would you be
lot of
seen with
sparkle.
me wearing this, though? Would you be okay?
Perhaps.
Ooh,
Perhaps.
Wow.
Borderline?
I know.
Borderline?
Just for the record,
Jonathan would wear it.
You three all follow me on the social medias, and there's no friggin' way I would wear that. So
Really?
And I wear some outlandish stuff.
Yes, you do.
That's pushing the envelope
It
right there.
is.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's the whole. If I
Rome,
have
Paris.
topped the Jonathan outfit,
I know that's
a
not easy to
success
do.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah, you've gone.
That's one on my side.
You've gone
That's the
further than I'm
chalkboard.
willing to go.
I like it.
2020 is
I
all
like it.
set for you then.
It's ready.
All right,
So
Jill.
I had one of those, the ones that we always say we're going to do, like, we're all going to lose weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I did it.
You did it. Yes, you did.
Nice.
I don't know what light bulb went off, but down 23 pounds if anybody's
Not
counting.
a girl.
Yay.
Nice.
So one success for my New Year's resolution.
That's huge.
It was
That
kind
is.
of unplanned, though. I said it because we all say it, but then
But
it
you
happened.
did it.
You
yeah.
did that one.
You
Yeah.
manifested it.
The other thing I said that I was going to go was the Write on the Beach retreat I had booked.
Yep.
And I said that my final edits for my full manuscript would be happening on the Write on the Beach. But unfortunately, when life throws you a curveball and your world shuts down for a little bit, that didn't happen. But what happened was I did go to the Write on the Beach retreat. I got more work done than I ever imagined. I learned so much more about writing.
You made some great connections with some of the
Amazing
other folks that
connections
were
with
there.
professionals there, and we've
Because
had a few of them on the podcast.
This was the retreat down in Carolina.
Yes, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Right on the beach. Gorgeous. So I am putting that on this year. I'm booking the Write on the Beach retreat.
Oh, good. She's repeating some, too.
Right?
But she accomplished. No, but the difference between you and me and Mandra is you accomplish them.
Right.
Mandra and I are just like, cut and paste.
Transfer those resolutions.
Right over. I mean, that's what we do sometimes. But
So great, you did that.
I did that. So I'm going to book that again for this year, except I will be working on book 2 because FYI, 2019 is not over. And although I said I would be done with
Well, you
my
only
book,
have a few hours left. But
I have a few hours left, but listen, few hours left, right?
You can do a lot in a few hours.
I've already booked it. So the book did not come out in 2019 summer, but it will be coming. I mean, fall is what I said was 2019, but it'll be summer of 2020. The venue is already booked for July 2020 for As the Chair Turns to be launched.
Wow.
So
Dun,
that's
dun, dun.
Very exciting.
That is impressive.
That's my most exciting
Yes,
one, which
you
I
go,
think is
girl.
like fabulous.
It is fabulous. It's all fabulous.
The production is already just,
It's already started.
it's already started, and we're ready.
Yeah.
So great. July 2020.
It's going to be a good year.
It is going to be a good year. I'm glad to be 2019 to be done.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I thought I was hitting something. I
Wait,
thought I was
did you
going to.
think you were having a wardrobe malfunction?
No, I thought I was
because
hitting the mic.
Jonathan was like, oh, what are you doing? Sign
No,
language.
anyway.
Okay.
Mandra.
Mandra.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2019. Right. So my resolutions were to finish Just Another Love Story. Mm-hmm. That did not happen.
Well, it's technically finished. It's just not finished with the final edit.
Shelley, that's why I love you.
I know.
Sparkle and
exactly.
all.
And yet, look at Jonathan on the other side. He looks like a bulldog.
No,
ready
I
to
didn't
attack.
sleep well last night, so I'm a little grumpy. I'm trying to put my best foot forward here, so please do not take this resting bitchy face over here seriously.
Personally.
Good. Because, the cup needs to be half full.
Right. So, yes, I did finish it, and I did send it to an editor, and I got those edits back, and I'm still continuing to work on the edits.
That's okay.
So I'm just going to roll that, right into 2020.
I like it.
Yeah.
Right.
So Just Another Love Story will be out in 2020.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think given you kind of wrote that book as a cathartic release, so now that things are being buttoned up on it, I don't think that you should put too much of a pressure on yourself to get it out on any specific timeline. Just let that release keep processing.
What the
Wow.
heck?
Who the hell is
Who is
talking
this?
right
Ed?
now?
Is Ed over there?
Jesus. Best foot forward. You're
I
not
will
getting
cut
cranked
both
on
of
it
you.
all.
And I'll be left standing.
Well, good for you, Mandra.
No, I think I'm going with that, Jonathan. Thank you. I think that's exactly what has happened. And then also, like Shelley and I, to be fair, we're both thrown a very similar curveball with a huge loss in both of our families that kind of put up a wall and said, "Oh, you're not going to work on any of that right now.
You're not doing much of anything.
You're not
actually.
doing. You're just going to, kind of survive this." And we have, and so now I can kind of refocus and get back to the writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. And Deb, what fabulousness have you?
I remember last year for the for the show,
That's a beautiful blue dress you have on, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't last year's show. I didn't realize we were supposed to bring resolutions.
Imagine that.
I know.
I mean, it's New Year's.
I know, but we had
resolution show.
I think we called the show the resolution show.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we did.
Well, anyway, I didn't really, so I had to kind of wing it. I'm not really into resolutions, so that's why last year I kind of just spit them out, and this year I kind of spit them out again. For me, it's always about trying to go a little bit deeper, and that's not a January 1st thing. That's a constant progress. And so from that perspective, I feel very good about the resolutions that I said last year, because when I read them over, I hadn't done any of them.
And why is that not a cop-out?
Right.
Well, it's a cop-out dressed
Well, what were
pretty.
they? What were they? Because maybe you did.
You're supposed to
I-
at least pretend for the resolution show that
Well,
you give a
you
shit
know
about
what?
resolution.
I really think
Or
that
not.
she did
I
do
have
it.
to be-
I think you did more than you think.
did.
So what were your resolutions?
Number one, you definitely. Go ahead. What's number one?
I said I wanted to be a writer, not a salesman.
Correct.
Yeah,
so you've opened your Etsy store.
Right.
Which is sales.
This past fall, which is
the opposite
sales.
of what
I
she
know,
said.
that's
Exactly. But you had somebody else set that up. So it didn't feel like sales to you. Right?
And you did it in a different way. You did it in a way that made sense
that
to you.
rang true to me, right?
Right.
Okay, so I guess maybe.
So I think
so
yeah.
you did number one. What was number two?
Do another Dance Shoe Diaries has not happened.
Yes, but has not happened. You have taken steps. You have
Yes, I have taken steps.
searched for a seesaw.
Yes.
Met a flamenco dancer.
That's true.
Exactly. I mean, there's
Whoa,
still
whoa,
a dance
whoa,
floor
whoa.
in the
You
garage.
met a
She's got a
flamenco
light on
dancer
fire.
and I didn't know about this?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
know.
said
did.
you wouldn't dance with her on a lighted on fire dance floor.
And all I can say is he is beautiful.
I don't know
But
that
the
he's going to
next-
dance on a
Thanks.
on a-
Yes. And the third thing was to write Tango Bravo Dance. But I think that I'm a good counterbalance for a show to say for the listeners who aren't into resolutions that as long as you're all constantly trying to make progress, however you choose to do it, that's perfectly fine. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
I think we were looking for some more concrete goals. But
Yeah. Jonathan, what are your resolutions for the new year?
Not kill anyone on the panel.
Okay, that's risky.
It is risky.
Yeah.
I'd like to get more sleep this year, and I think that's it.
okay.
That's it. That's it.
I got the
Wow.
voice control down. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Maybe get the three of you to send me some sort of email letting me know when things are happening, but we're going to wing it.
I think all we need to do for that is instead of the writer's block email address, we just put yours.
Oh,
mean,
he doesn't
right?
want that either.
No, you
Well,
could
then
do,
you get
could
it.
do both. You could do
Yeah.
both.
Then that way you choose
That way it's in there and I know what's
Yeah.
happening.
and then done. So I think we can check that right off.
We can check that off. We
Boom.
can make Jonathan a happier man by sending it to 2 emails.
The year's not even over yet, and I feel better. Isn't this great?
A few more hours to go. What else can we change for you? So, Shell, do you have new ones for this upcoming? Because you kind of did a lot of yours.
I did. And when I was at the writing retreat this year, I had set a bunch of stories aside for volume 2. So when I go to the retreat this year, I'll be working on volume 2, which part of it is already written.
Yep.
And then, like Deb with Post-its, there has been stories that have come up because life continues to happen. And with the clients. And like my editor said, there'll be people that'll be pissed that they're not written about in book 1.
So they're going to be volume 2.
So they will be, well, let's not guarantee it. I got 50 years worth of stories. Like,
They might be volume 6.
they might be volume 6 or 7. You know, we'll never know.
We'll be in the last volume. So.
But I think that the clue to everybody saying they need to lose weight every year is really, it was in a different mindset this year where it was to be healthy, which you have always drilled into me with all of that. But until, you know, I guess maybe with loss and everything else, that it was, you need to be healthy. Kickstart.
You need to be
healthy.
Yeah.
You know, and I call it like hashtag life after 50. You really need to start paying attention.
Right.
So I'm going to still continue on that healthy road, and I'm going to work on book 2. And that's my plan.
Real quick, how did you get healthy? Just gym and eating and healthy eating?
Well, I drove by a gym that was called Inspire Strength and Fitness.
There we go.
Shameless plug. And I thought, do I own that gym?
My words up there.
I don't, because they spell it wrong. They spell it INSPIRE instead of INSPYR. But that was literally the connection.
The universe saying.
The universe said it's time. And it's a boot camp style gym that comes with nutrition and eating healthy plans and
Do they cook
create a
for
whole
you?
team. They do not cook for you, but they have a great Facebook group that keeps everybody involved, and you share recipes, and they give you a 70-page recipe booklet when you join the gym.
Nice.
On all of these things. So, join a gym. I wouldn't do it if it was at home. The elliptical is collecting dust.
Still collecting dust.
It's got some
need the
tinsel hanging on. It's
motivation
decorated.
of going somewhere. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
One of my resolutions from last year, I kind of feel like Deb did for me.
did she?
Yay, Deb.
Did she?
So open Deb's Etsy store? Is that one of your goals?
No. It was to do some speaking engagements, which you went ahead and did at UMass Lowell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I did it for you. I see. Yes.
yeah, so
Right.
you did it. I didn't do it. You did it. And then I actually do have a couple speaking engagements set up that I'll be doing with Brad around the whole Donate Life and organ donation and going and speaking to some.
So you did some of your resolutions too.
It was, yes, not as well through my book.
Yes.
But to start the process of just getting out there and speaking in front of groups of people. Yeah, I have done
And
that.
theoretically building your platform.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I got my headshots done.
Yeah,
That
you
wasn't
did.
on my
Right.
list.
See?
Got those done. Yeah, that was
You're
good.
ready to market.
Once I have a book, yeah, I'll be totally ready to market.
The double entendre possibilities in that whole conversation is too much. I'm biting my cheek. I'm tapping out of that one.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Well-
ladies. What else for our resolutions?
No, I just hope that our listeners feel, empowered, inspired, that they continue on this journey with us, and that they are making more progress than we are.
I mean, what else would you do listening on New Year's Eve morning, right? They're driving in their cars, those that
Right.
have to work this morning, and they're listening and they're,
And they're saying, boy, if they didn't do much, we
they're saying, boy, those 3 girls need a little more coffee because they need to ramp it up a little bit. It's New Year's Eve.
Yes.
No, I think we did do more
We
than
did
we thought.
so much,
I think Deb and I
actually.
walked in today saying we did nothing, and we
Oh, no,
accomplished a little more than we thought.
My
so.
dining room and living room area can prove that Deb has accomplished a lot. Even
Yes.
if it's
Yes.
just
It's
making a mess of the
explosive.
house.
Right.
There is stuff everywhere.
Yes.
Right.
Is that Etsy store just
Yes.
strewn everywhere?
Yes.
Yep.
There are beads and there are feathers
You
and there
can
are
wait.
ribbons.
You can wait until you get the orders to make the stuff.
No, Jonathan. The part she likes the best
Is
is
the whole
making the
designing.
stuff.
Yes.
No, making the first one. I don't know how I'm going to feel about making,
So
what-
people,
yes.
please don't order. Please don't order.
And where would they order from, Jonathan?
I have no idea. I wasn't
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
I'll find it. Deborah Monk's
DeborahMonkBooks.com.
.etsy.com. Right. Yeah.
show. Couldn't they just go to DeborahMonk.com and click the link? Is there a link there? Or is that too much to ask?
There's a link there.
Yes, there
There
is.
is a link
There is a
there.
link
Is
there.
a
There's a
link
link
there.
there.
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
He was reading between the lines right then and there.
Okay.
Well, we wish you all a wonderful New Year's Eve and, just power right into 2020 with some new goals and resolutions. Keep listening to our failed attempts.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for listening. Please check out the Writer's Block NH Facebook page and the Writer's Block podcast on your favorite podcast catcher. If you'd like to hear this episode again or share it with a friend, you can head on over to the UnitedPodcastNetwork.tv. That's UnitedPodcastNetwork.tv. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to inspire and empower you to tell your own story.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.